So now we will comes to the one more point. I will tell why we have to coming into the SQL. Suddenly, we are buying this databases only. Suddenly,
Mm.
why where the SQL is coming into the picture? Now you have the one of the system. So this is a system. You have the keyboard as well and the mouse as well.
Yes.
They will be given to you. So they will telling to I'm telling to you open the notepad of your system. What you have to do? So you just accessing your mouse, just to move the mouse and click the Windows button
Mm.
and accessing with your keyboard typing the notepad like
Mm.
this only you have to open the notepad, right? So
Yeah.
what are all the tools you are using with using the keyboard and mouse? Without using keyboard, now I'm telling to you I will never given to a keyboard and mouse. I just
Mm.
given to a monitor only. So are you able to open the notepad without
No.
using the keyboard and mouse? We are not able to open, right? Anyway,
Mm.
I know this is a notepad. How can I open the notepad? I know even system also know this is a notepad. Yeah, this is how actually system also know. But what the happening? System doesn't understand our language. What is our language? A system open the
Yeah.
notepad. If I telling like that, is that system is opening? The
No.
system will never consider. Are you what you are talking to me? This system is never understanding the voice recognition. So system will understanding the system languages, which is a machine languages. So these are the machine. Without machine, we can't accessing this thing, right? Same thing we are also applied in here as well. So this is the database. Okay.
Okay.
So I am in outside. I am in
Mm.
outside. I'm asking to the database. Hey, database, can you open this data? The data will never respect us. So, Array, what you are asking to me, I'm not understanding like that. Only the
Mm.
database will telling what we have to do. The database will understanding the only one language. That language is calling as a SQL.
Yeah.
SQL means structured query language.
Yeah.
Structured query language. If you know the English means you can communicate it with everyone. If you know the Hindi means you can communicate it with the Hindi people only. You never communicate with other Tamil people, Telugu people, right? So
Yeah.
if you know the language, that people only you can communicate it. If you know the common language, okay, that example I will come later. So if you know the SQL, then only you have to communicate with the database. Okay, because database can understand the SQL only. Okay,
Yeah.
that is the reason we have to coming into the SQL. Now they are telling us SQL is a common language, which is a universal language, which means like they are built the SQL as a one of the common language, which is a ANSI methodology. They are using for this American National Standard Institution. They are founded in the SQL, which is developed by the SQL lecture, which there are they are implement the SQL things. So now you can coming into the you know the Telugu. Okay, if you
Mm.
know the Telugu, you can communicate it only Telugu people. You are never communicated with the Hindi people or Tamil people, right?
Mm.
So each and every region languages they communicated with their self only. If you know the English means you can communicate it with everyone, correct? You can
Yeah.
communicate it English because what is the reason? Because English
Language.
is a common language. None of the language is a common language. English is a common language. You can communicate it with everyone. So that it's the same thing. SQL is a common language. Why there is a why like a SQL? If you know the SQL, you can work with any databases. Here I have said lots of databases, right?
Mm.
Oracle, SQL Server, DB2, Teradata. If you know the SQL, don't worry, you can work with every databases. So that is what the power of the SQL. So that is a common language, but slightly some changes will happen. So if Oracle to compare with Oracle to Snowflake, we have to do some changes, slight changes, but every syntax has been the same only. Now
Yeah.
that is the reason the SQL is a major important to know. So if you know the SQL, then only you have to communicate it with the Snowflake. That is the reason I told you 15 days of the SQL session
Oh.
before knowing the Snowflake part. So there are some features we have to learn the Snowflake that is coming into this place. So basic SQL you have to learn on this place. Okay. So if you know the SQL, you can implement the same concept in a other language as well. Okay.